with Inspire Me 360, and what I want to talk about in today's video is personal tower moments, how the universe aligns to essentially push us or force us back into alignment. And I also want to talk about the concept of showing up for yourself. So what do I mean by these two concepts? What am I getting into? So we've all experienced times in our lives where it seems like the world is literally suffocating us, crashing down around us, when everything that could possibly go wrong is going wrong. And what these tower moments are about, or what essentially your life plan is trying to indicate to you, is that it's time for you to fix, adjust, and propel your energy into a different way of doing things or a different way of operating. Now, there's really two ways that an individual can deal with these tower moments or move past this tremendous pressure. So first of all, or maybe what the knee-jerk reaction is to get frustrated, to get angry, to blame external forces and feel like the world is against me, or the world is, not my friend, not a friendly place. But if we can go deeper, if we can really cultivate this introspective aspect to how we live life, there are probably many reasons why these different things are cropping up and happening to us. And this is the whole purpose of that tower moment, of the breaking down of the ego and that false matrix around us, and also our habitual and maybe ego-based ideologies which aren't serving us to our higher purpose. And again, it's part of this introspection that's going to call forth this transformative energy. So again, in sort of the old paradigm, or if we think of more of a 3D based thinking, individuals again will get angry, they'll get bitter, they get frustrated with their situation, and they cannot move beyond that. They really don't see the beauty in the journey that the universe is forcing them to look at their own patterns and patterning and mirroring possibly some of the lack and chaos back to them through the external world in a difficult way, but lovingly nudging the self to go to a higher plane or make those really important changes, which causes you to again be a better version of self. And so undoubtedly what happens if we get into this really negative energy and we're really hating the world and frustrated, and it can be, everything all at once. It can be finances, our business, our home life, our family, because everything is interconnected. So when one thing starts to fall, it's like a domino effect, and you can really feel and find that everything starts to unravel. And this is really what I'm talking about in terms of those tower moments. Now, what is sort of the higher version, or what is the divine matrix actually asking us to do? It's actually purposefully squeezing and putting pressure on us almost until we break, so that we can sit back at that rock bottom energy, reassess everything around us, and start to rebuild from a more integrative and astute place of both our thinking and our operational goings on in terms of our day-to-day activities. So how do we put this into practical applicability? Well, essentially, when you hit rock bottom, when you have one of these tower moments, when the world is essentially against you, you really, really need to take a close look at your own role. What did I do in setting off this chain of effects? Was I not present? Was I not giving enough? Was I being selfish? Was I not supporting my family or my team? Was I doing things that were dishonest? Or was I basically being lazy or having a lackful energy where I wasn't really giving my best. Go back to the drawing board and take a really crystal clear view of where you are, what you've done, and take ego out of it. Because again, when the ego starts to interject, it's always going to come up with falsehoods, reasons why, it's okay to do less or be less. But when we remove the ego from our thought processes and we really take that authentic look in the mirror and we say, okay, what was I really doing that was not serving me in this situation? What was I actually cultivating? What seeds was I planting? And when we look at this from this rock bottom tower moment perspective, usually we can really identify all of the little things that we did along the way before everything kind of came crumbling down. Think of a house, building your foundation. When you're building that foundation, if you're being sloppy, if you're not being attentive, if you're, quick and dirty and just planning things without insight, when a big windstorm comes up, the house is going to fall, okay? So this is the same principle when we think of how we conduct ourselves in our daily operations in life. And life is truly a string or a collaboration of every small moment, every small effort, every small action, word, deed that you are putting into everything that you experience with your energy. So this is why we have to be so diligent to our karma, to what we are putting out there, to that energy of honesty and authenticity, and really bringing our best foot forward. So never look at a tower moment, however difficult, because a lot of times these involve finances, there's loss, there is breaking of relationships, there are, companies that crumble, families that fall apart. All of these different things are part of what the quote unquote tower moment is. So once we get down to that really rock bottom energy, how do we move through it? Well, it's one foot in front of the other. And undoubtedly, you will have gained a lot of skills in your life, even if you weren't really doing things correctly, or if there were shortcomings in your behavior. So what you do is you assess everything thus far that you've gained, all of your amazing attributes, and you put a huge magnifying glass on those things and items that may have caused your foundation to crumble. Then you look at them in their glaring honesty and you start to rebuild and you fix yourself from the bottom up. That's the only way that good things happen, through honesty and authenticity. Now, I want to talk a little bit about service to self. Now, I don't really mean the principle service to others, service to self, because when we are serving ourselves selfishly and when we're doing it without that calibration of how what we do affects others, oftentimes that actually triggers tower moments. What I'm talking about is serving yourself in terms of your daily input, making sure how you are executing each and every moment of each and every day is the highest service to your own goals, dreams, and aspirations, essentially creating that perfect platform for your dream life. But this means that you have to have a balanced approach. You have to be logical in the way that you are letting your days unfold. You need to have emotional stability. You need to have groundedness. You need to have emotional intelligence and compassion with others, and a diligent effort and action into your daily activities. Sloppiness, laziness, disorganization, in any regard is going to lead to an energetic output from the external world mirrored back to you that is going to look like chaos. What you put in is what you get out. As above, so below. Everything is interconnected, so everything that you create is mirrored back to you. The more beautiful and synchronized and peaceful, calm, loving your energy, the more of that you're going to call forth into your life, because You are truly the creator of your own destiny, of your own essence, and how others see you. So I know that some of you out there might be really going through it, feeling like you're in the jaws of life, essentially, and getting squeezed and torn, and the waves of turbulent energy are crashing around your life. But I am telling you, it doesn't matter how you start out. If you build yourself strong and steady and stable, and if each and every part of your day is masterfully designed so that it beautifully unfolds, it doesn't matter what chaos is around you. You have that foundation to be able to handle struggle with ease, and therefore it no longer becomes struggle. It no longer becomes chaos. It just becomes a task to check off your list. So I'm going to leave you now, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.